very good afternoon to all our viewers and welcome to Lunchtime News. We are coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Azra Hassan. Let's take a look at the headlines.
71st National Day ceremony held at Golface Green. President opposes the formation of another national government.
ඇමතිකම් වැඩි කිරීමේ අරමුණ සහ මන්ත්‍රී ඇමතිකම් වලට වැඩි පහසුකම් දීම පමණක් ඒන් සිදුවීමයි මම දකින්නේ.
Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro defiant as pressure builds. Australia whitewashes Sri Lanka in the two-match Test series.
The 71st National Day of Sri Lanka was celebrated at the Golface Green today. The event was held under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena.
The guest of honor of the National Day ceremony this year was the President of Maldives, Ibrahim Solih.
සැබෑ මිතුදමක උණුසුම 71 වන ජාතික දින උළෙලට එක් කරන්නට සැපමිනි මාලදීවයිනේ අතිගරු ජනාධිපති ඉබ්‍රහීම් මොහමඩ් සෝලිහ් මැතිතුමා මේ මොහොතේ අපි දකින්නේ විශේෂ ආරාධිතයාගේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය.
Speaker Karu Jayasuriya, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, ministers, parliamentarians and foreign ambassadors were among the other notable attendees at the event.
වර්තමානය අනාගතය වෙනුවෙන් ගොඩ නැගිය යුතුව තිබෙනවා. ඒ අභියෝගයට උරදෙන නායකයන්ගේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය.
The National Day celebrations commenced with the arrival of the President. A 2-minute silence was observed in honor of all fallen war heroes. A 21-gun salute was performed thereafter. The 71st National Day Parade was staged by the members of the Tri-Forces.
Sri Lanka Police Civil Arachaka Department Janadipati Adigaru Maithripala Sirisena මැතිතුමන් වෙත උත්තමාචාරය පුද කරමින් අභිමානවත් ඇරුවින් උපදිරියෙන් ගමන් කරනවා. සිවිල් ආරක්ෂක දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව
ජනගේ විසින් අනදෙන පොලිස් කාන්තා බලයනිය 71 වන ජාතික දින සැමරුම් පෙළපාලියට එක්වන අවස්ථාවයි මේ.
Military equipment and military vehicles were on display at the parade. A fleet of Navy vessels also added colour to the parade at Golface Green.
Visuals that we're bringing to you right now, and we're witnessing that in soon to come. Special boat squadron commanded by Lieutenant Commander.
Fighter jets belonging to the Sri Lanka Air Force took to the skies during the celebration of the 71st National Day.
Guardians of the skies, the ship.
American வகை விமானங்களுடைய சாகசை காண்கின்ற அதே தருணத்தில் விமானப்படையின் இரண்டாம் படைப்பிரிவு
ජාතික දින ප්‍රවාහයට එකතු වන ආකාරය. නානතුරු ඔබට තේරෙන්නේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාව සතු චීනයේ නිෂ්පාදිත මාෂල් සුදර්ශන පත්‍රන කටයුතු කරන ලබනවා. දැන් ඔබට මේ තේරෙන්නේ වර්තමාන ගුවන් හමුදාධිපති එයා මාෂල් කපිල ජයන්පතිගේ සංකල්පයෙන් මත බිහි කරු Blue Eagles ගුවන් කරනම් කණ්ඩායම.
On the day of the 71st anniversary of independence, let's now take a look back at the story of independence of our island nation.
In mid-November 1505, a fleet of ships sailing under the Portuguese flag landed on the island, marking the beginning of an unfortunate era for the sovereignty of the country. The group was headed by Lorenzo de Almeida. By 1517, the coastal belt of Sri Lanka was taken under the rule of the Portuguese. In 1655, the Dutch, headed by Gerard Hulf, invaded the island, bringing an end to over 100 years of rule of the Portuguese in the island. In 1796, the English took control of the island from the Dutch after buying over the mercenary group Regiment de Muron that served as the strongholds of the Dutch. The coastal belt of the island were the first to fall to the grasp of the English. The aim of the invading British force was to bring the entire island under the colonial rule of the Queen. The only obstacle they faced in accomplishing this feat is the belief that they had to possess the sacred tooth relic to gain over the island and the ingenious military tactics of the Kandyan kingdom. The English resorted to exploit the conflict between the Nayaka kings at the time and their ministers and advisors. After winning over the support of the Ahaliapola Nilame in 1815, the British seized control over the entire island through the Kandyan Convention. The first instance of resistance against the British rule in the country was the riots of 1818. Gongale Godabanda and Veerapura Nappu lead the second struggle for independence in the island in 1848. In 1917, the struggle for independence had transformed from an armed conflict to a more political movement. Movements led by renowned personalities like Srimat Anagarika Dharmapala gave rise to social empowerment. Sri Lanka was declared an independent state in 1948 as a result of the combined efforts of the people belonging to all races and religions of the country.
An event was held at the Independence Square in honor of D.S. Senanayake, who spearheaded the political movement that freed the island from the clutches of the British.
The event was attended by Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. Floral tributes were paid to the memorial for late D.S. Senanayake. State Minister of Defence Ruwan Wijewardena and Parliamentarian Wasantha Senanayake also attended the event.
The Department of Prisons says that 545 inmates are to receive presidential pardon today in line with the 71st National Day.
Media spokesperson Tushara Upuldeniya said inmates who were convicted for minor felonies will be granted presidential pardon. He added inmates who were convicted of major offences, including those in death row, will not be granted presidential pardon. Relatives of prisoners were given the opportunity to meet the inmates at 9 this morning. Prison's media spokesperson Tushara Upuldeniya said that relatives were allowed to bring food items for the inmates today.
On to one of our headline-making stories now. Addressing the National Day ceremony, President Maithripala Sirisena spoke about the national government concept.
I consider the 1.5-year delay to hold provincial council elections as a challenge for democracy. The NGOs have not come forward to speak about these things. I saw media reports about a proposed national government. I see this is an attempt to increase the number of ministerial portfolios and to increase the privileges and benefits enjoyed by ministers and parliamentarians. I strongly object the idea of forming another national government.
Students who completed a diploma program in Tamil language in the southern province were awarded certificates yesterday. The event was attended by Deputy Minister of Industry and Commerce, Buddhika Pathirana.
The event was held at the auditorium of the Ruhunu University in Matara. Indian High Commissioner in Sri Lanka, Taranjit Singh Sandhu, also attended the event.
When
I came into politics, people asked me why I'm going into this herd of cattle to become cattle. I said I'm not going in to become part of the cattle. I'm going in to become a drover of cattle. But the politicians who lead this country do not need any of these. Failing to go to school has become a qualification. Distributing alcohol, lying, assaulting people, committing murders, being abusive, committing crimes and cutting down forests have become qualifications. Shouldn't we change this system? Shouldn't you, your village and your brothers be ready for this change? Therefore, besides learning privately and developing yourself, there are certain responsibilities that we must fulfill.
The new chairman of the Pharmaceutical Corporation was welcomed at Zahira College in Alutgama yesterday. The event was attended by Minister of Health, Dr. Rajitha Senaratne.
I reduced the prices of medicine that was sold for 151 rupees to 17 rupees and 60 cents. Medicine that was priced at 85 rupees and 40 cents was reduced to 4 rupees and 50 cents. In the future, we will produce these. 3 factories have sent their production costs. They will supply 3 to the government. The 4th was started in Bulletin. Next week, I will start the 5th one in Jayala. The value of the injections for cancer is 280,000. We will manufacture this injection in the country. This process will start in July. Hospitals in Sri Lanka will receive these medicines manufactured in Sri Lanka. We began all of these as part of the work we've done during these 4 years.
එතකොට මේ සියල්ල අපි ආරම්භ කළා මේ කෙටි අවුරුදු 4කදී අපි වැඩ කරා.
Now, the concept of national government was discussed extensively in the political arena. Here are a few of the views that were expressed.
All the ambassadors who have offices in Colombo were on the street. Now it seems that the democracy of Ranil Wickremesinghe from the UNP means increasing the number of ministers. Ranil Wickremesinghe and his group were the ones who spoke about democracy. They said they cared about the preservation of democracy in the country. The people who spoke like this are crying today because they have not received ministerial portfolios. They are preparing to form a national government to increase the number of ministers. That is why we said that this government can't continue.
This was something that was drafted collectively. People like Vijay Dasa were also involved in this. This is not something drafted by the UMP alone. If this is not what they drafted at that time, why did the 225 MPs in Parliament raise their hands and approve this? When these people change their colors the way they please, it is the people of the country who are destroyed.
I asked what the definition of a national government is. Then Ranil Wickremesinghe gave an interpretation. Vijay Dasa Rajapaksa, who was a minister at the time, gave a definition. Ranil did not include this in the constitution. The document that the speaker signed said the party that obtained the largest number of seats in parliament or an independent group. If that is the case, this country will always have a national government. The definition that was given in parliament was not the one that was included in the constitution. Ranil wanted to continue this system even if there is a fallout with the party that claims the second highest number of seats in parliament. The number of ministers are increased from 30 to 47. Then the national government would only be joined by one party. This is not a legal agreement. It is against the constitution, but the government is attempting to increase the number of cabinet ministers by 17 through this. The government is establishing a national government in the view of increasing the total number of ministerial portfolios to 93. One of the reasons for this is the problem Ranil Wickremesinghe is facing to pass the budget proposal next month. It is very clear that this national government is being established to increase the number of ministers in the government.
Newsfirst regional correspondent Ruchira Abemana passed away in an accident that took place last evening.
Abemana, a father of 2, was 47 years old at the time of his demise. A graduate from the Kelaniya University, he also served as a development officer of the Ratnapura Divisional Secretariat. His remains lie at his residence in Lellopitiya. The final rites will be observed on Wednesday. The driver of the jeep involved in the accident was arrested by the Ratnapura police. Ruwan Abemana rendered a yeoman service to the media field in the country.
Promotional activities of the Sports First Alliance 2018 Platinum Awards was held in the Kegol district today.
The promotional activities commenced at the St. Joseph's Girls' School in Kegol following a ceremony to mark the 71st National Day. Platinum Awards is organized to assess and award talented sportsmen and women in the country within 2017 and 2018. The award ceremony is scheduled to be held on the 29th of March at Stein Studios, Ratmalana. The 20 awards that will be presented at the Platinum Award ceremony includes the award for the Best Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year, the Most Famous Sportsman of the Year, and the Special Platinum Award presented once in a lifetime. Today's event was held with the participation of officials of the Kegol district, officials of the Capital Maharaja organization and Alliance. The program included several colorful displays, and baseball, rugby and football were introduced to sportsmen and women. Netma Medhani of St. Joseph's Girls' School was awarded the Gold Platinum Awards. Nimeshika Sewandi of the Galigamur Central College and Diluksha Harshini won the Silver and Bronze Awards respectively.
And that's the wrap of Lunchtime News. For the news with Seema Mazrasan, thank you for stopping by. Have a good day.